Hello, and welcome back to the show. We've got a really deep and fun one today. So, this is the beginning of a brand new year. I'm really excited to share with you the topic on purpose and passion, and goal setting, and mission and intention, and all of the yummy, fun stuff about your existence. So, discover your purpose. Some people believe that there is no purpose. Have you been told that? I've been told that. Matter of fact, whenever I was like very focused and intent on my business, my service, my contribution, what I was showing up for every day, it was because I was very clear about my purpose, or what I felt my purpose to be. And then I was told that there is no purpose, that your purpose is just your existence, that there actually was nothing to achieve or accomplish or become, and kind of put a damper on things. So, what I want to talk to you about today is defining and discovering and being that purpose, because I do believe that we have a purpose. So, despite what some people say, and did you know we can all have a difference of opinion? I have a happier, more satisfied, and fulfilled life when I believe I have a purpose. It feels really good. It feels nice. And my purpose is contribution. Matter of fact, I believe our purpose for existing as humans on planet Earth is to contribute to the human race. There is something inside of each and every one of us that makes us different and unique. There is something that you know that I don't know. And your role is to share that with me so that we can experience allness. Matter of fact, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I believe, now this doesn't mean you have to believe it. I believe that desire comes from God. That desire in me, that thing that I feel when I want to have more of, or to discover or go get, I believe is God having experience through me in this body form. Who cares if it's true or not? What matters is that it works for me, and that it feels good, and it's exciting, and I'm not bored. What matters is that it's a contribution to the planet. There is an intention, a purpose, and a mission inside of me that I leave this planet better than I found it. And that comes from meeting the desire to help, to support, to guide, and not just anything, but someone who was like me, someone who didn't have guidance, someone who didn't have anybody leading them along the way in a positive manner, someone who wasn't showing them the principles and the laws of success, of satisfaction. That's important to me. And if it's important to you, buckle up. I got a good one for you today. So before I forget, I do have a workshop coming up, so I want to make sure that you check it out in the show notes and that you attend, because I'm going to help you define and discover your purpose and develop a path towards it. So, what I want to enforce here, is that a good word? Enforce? What I would like to enforce, or what I'd like to contribute to you today, is my belief around a purpose. And maybe I'll get your buy-in. Maybe I will sell you on the idea that you are important, that you are valuable, and that you are worthy. Just like you are today. Everything that you've been through and have experienced, and everything that you desire to be. It's all purposeful. It's all intentional. And you, my beautiful, amazing friend, if you have something to contribute, you have a desire to serve at a larger capacity, that is yours. But you have to remove the barriers and blocks that say you can't do it, the indoctrination, the experiences that have set limitations upon you. If you have a body with breath and a heart beating and a soul within you, you have a purpose and you have the right to become that purpose, to be that, and to see that vision come through. Matter of fact, you are the gatekeeper of your purpose. It is your empire to achieve. So imagine that desire that you have to help people, right? The desire to help people, to contribute, your desire to serve at a large capacity. It is your job to protect that vision, no matter how long it takes to achieve. It's your job to protect it. So I want you to take yourself back to believing you could contribute, you could give back, you could be and do more. Take yourself all the way back. When was that? Were you young? Were you a teenager? Were you young adult? Maybe it was just recently that you have found this, and maybe you haven't found it at all. And I have a whole story, a whole theory behind that too. If you were not taught to dream big, to hope, then chances are you haven't found it yet. And that's okay. So what? Listen, if you take nothing else away from today's episode, it is that you are worthy of making a difference. And if there is a part of you that has been activated through this conversation, and you know you were meant for more, I promise you, you deserve it. That seed was not an accident. It was planted inside of you because you are the one to take it to the finish line in this lifetime. And I want you just to test it out and see how that feels. That you were meant for more and that desire could be fulfilled through your actions, through your desire, through your belief in that desire, through your faith. What if that were true? When you close your eyes and you envision what this world could look like when that happens, how does that feel in your body? And what is the picture that you imagine? Who is impacted or affected by that other than you? Who else? Is it the children? Is it the parents? Is it society as a whole? Is it other countries? Maybe it's the animal kingdom. What is it outside of you? So I asked the question to my VIP members. We meet every morning with, we start off with a little positivity, and not just like meme positivity, but literal, this is a principle and a law that is yours. And how do you interpret that into your life and become it? This is how we start off every morning. And so today it was about being more of you or exceeding where you've gotten so far. And so my question was, what have you learned? What have you experienced that you now know that you didn't know before? So just pause for a moment and write this down. What do you now know that you didn't know before? In your conscious awareness, what do you know to be true? Even though the truth changes, what do you know to be true right now? So for me, I know that coaching can change the world. I really believe this. It can impact so many lives if we can get into the hands of more people. So that is what I know to be true. Coaching changed my life. I'm a big believer in coaching. I'm really sad that some of the coaching industry has gotten a bad rap, but I still love it more than anything else. I've done lots of healing modalities, but my belief is if we can get coaching into the hands of more people and into the lives of more families, like let's get coaching into the homes, that we can have the most improved world. So what is it for you? What do you now believe that you didn't know to be true before? And then the second part of that question is, what are you going to do with that information? That is bigger or that's outside of what you learned before. So in other words, the family that you came from, the generation that you were born into, if you know something that they didn't teach you, and you know this to be true for yourself, you've experienced it personally, and you believe the world would be better if you shared it, what would you do with it? Who would you impact? Where would you bring it? What would you do with that new information, that new knowledge that is now a part of you? So for me, if I had known what I know now about mindset, about emotional maturity, and about nervous system regulation, if I had known that before I had children, I would have done things completely different. If I would have known that when I started my business, I would have a franchise today. If I would have known that before going through menopause, I would be different, right? Because there was so much of me that was looking for solving what was wrong with me that I didn't realize it was just part of the human experience to be going through the experience that I was having. So now that I have that information and I know it, I feel it is my duty and responsibility to take it beyond me, to bring it into future generations, to spread it amongst the people, those who can and cannot afford it, those who do not have the resources still deserve it. So how can I make it accessible to all beings? So that's what I want to do with it, aside from how I'm going to use it. So there's what I knew before, what I know now, and then my purpose is to fulfill the mission to get coaching into the hands of more people. Can you see how I played that out? So let me ask you, what is it that you now know that you didn't know before? And what are you going to do with it to impact others beyond you? Whether it is your children, grandchildren, coworkers, friends, or just all species on the planet. What are you going to do with it? Two very important questions directly tied to your purpose. What do you get excited about? What are you passionate about? What do you feel responsible and obligated to? Because for me, this seed that I have tried to put out so many times, this desire to serve at a higher level, higher capacity, I can't put it out. And I am most satisfied, content, happy, joyful when I am sharing, when I am contributing, when I am in a coaching or healing session, when I'm helping someone reach their purpose, when I'm helping someone ignite their passion, grow their business. So everyone I worked with is a legacy leader of some sort. There is something that they have discovered that they did not know was available, and they want to take it to more people, period. I know who my person is. I know how I help them. And I also know that I am most satisfied, and there is nothing as delicious as helping that person get there. I feel like that is my purpose. That is a desire that's inside of me, and I do not believe I made it up in my mind. I always knew. I always knew that I wanted to help people. I always knew that I wanted to serve. I like that feeling of satisfaction and I want more of it. What is it for you? And it's okay if you haven't come up with anything yet. What is your direct responsibility to society right now? Is it your neighbor? Is it the club that you're in, a membership, family, extended family? What has been placed on your heart or in your soul or your desires? What lights you up? What makes you excited? What makes you excited and joyful and hopeful? So just discovering that is one part of the equation. But now what do you do with it when you have obstacles, roadblocks, limitations in the physical world? That is a whole nother process. And we're going to be talking about this in the workshop. So I'm going to help you discover, hopefully I helped you do that today, Discover that seed that is inside of you so that you can water it, so that you can protect it, so that you can grow it and then harvest it. Hopefully in this lifetime, but if not, you can at least set it on its way. Because that's another thing that I discovered. There are things I have been extremely excited and passionate about. And then there are other things that got more exciting. I learned something else. So I didn't necessarily drop it, I just added on to it. And it created this beautiful, expansive vision that I'll possibly never see in this lifetime. There may not be enough physical time in the linear world, and that's okay because the experience that I'm having and the growth that I'm having up until that point is worth it all. And then the lives that I'm impacting and those that I'm inspiring and motivating to reach their potential, to tap into their purpose, whatever that looks like. And I want you to know that that is available for you also. So let's start the year off with purpose, with passion, and let's get on the right path. And so whatever that is that you want to contribute in service, just think of it as your vehicle. What vehicle are you choosing to create more joy and satisfaction and ease in your life? Because this I learned to be true. Depression comes from not being connected to a purpose, not having hope and something to go for. That's when I was most depressed. I didn't know what I was doing here. I didn't understand. I didn't fit in. I didn't feel worthy of. I had never been told that there was more to life than the everyday just survival. No one ever told me that. No one ever told me how alive I would feel when I were living my purpose. So I want to gift that to you. I would love to hear back from you. If you have friends that maybe are on the same path as you, maybe you can share this episode and you could do the homework together. What do I know now that I didn't know before? And what am I going to do with that information that's going to reach beyond me? That's the two questions for you to answer. And your one assignment for me is to come to the workshop. So go into the show notes, click on the link. I hope to see you there. If you happen to catch this after it has happened, then you can get the replay. And if you just want to chat and let me know that the podcast has been an inspiration, you're welcome to leave a review, or you can email kim@kimguillory.com. I would love to personally hear from you. All right, here's to a brand new year. I love you, my friends. Thank you for listening.